Have you ever heard someone in America say, break a leg right before a big event? At first, it sounds a little scary. Why would anyone want you to break a leg? But here's the twist. It's actually a way of wishing you good luck. Crazy, right? Expressions like this are hidden gems in the English language, and today I'm going to reveal some of the most surprising American expressions you've probably never learned in class. So stick around, you might just discover the next phrase that'll blow your mind. American expressions are like little windows into the culture. They don't just tell you what people say, but also how they think. Some of them are funny, some are confusing, and some only make sense once you know the story behind them. That's what makes them so unique. Unlike textbook English, these expressions carry personality, humor, and even history within just a few words. In this video, we're diving into some of the lesser-known, secret American expressions that even many learners have never come across. By the end, you'll not only understand what they mean, but also how to use them naturally in conversation. Imagine the surprise on your friends' faces when you casually drop one of these quirky phrases into a chat. It's a surefire way to sound more authentic, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. So let's get into it and uncover some of these hidden treasures of American English. Let's start uncovering some of these secret American expressions that might leave you scratching your head at first. One that you'll often hear is spill the beans. No, it's not about making a mess in the kitchen. It actually means to reveal a secret. For example, if someone accidentally tells the surprise party plans, you can say, "Wow, you really spilled the beans." Another fun one is hit the sack. It doesn't mean you're literally punching a bag of rice. It's a casual way of saying you're going to bed. Picture this. After a long day, your American friend might say, "I'm exhausted. I'm going to hit the sack." Suddenly, it makes sense. Then there's piece of cake. Sounds delicious, but it's not about dessert. It means something is super easy. If your English teacher says, "Don't worry, this test will be a piece of cake," they're telling you it won't be hard at all. These expressions pop up everywhere, in movies, TV shows, and everyday conversations. What makes them special is that they add flavor and color to speech. You could say something directly, but throwing in an expression makes it more fun, natural, and memorable. And once you know the context, you'll start spotting them all around you. Now, let's talk about one of the most outrageous American expressions that always makes learners stop and ask, "Wait, what?" That's kick the bucket. At first glance, it sounds like a harmless action, kicking a bucket, right? But in reality, it's a slang way of saying someone has died. For example, in a movie, a character might say, "My old car finally kicked the bucket," meaning it completely broke down. Or even more dramatically, the character kicked the bucket in the last episode. It's both shocking and a little humorous in how casually it's used. The story behind it is debated, but one theory goes back to the 18th century, where bucket referred to a beam animals were hung from before slaughter. Another version is simply that people kicked a bucket when they died unexpectedly. Either way, the expression stuck and became a quirky American euphemism for death. What makes it so surprising is the contrast. Something that sounds lighthearted is actually about a very serious subject. And that's the beauty of American English. It often hides heavy or awkward topics behind humor or playful words. That's why learning these phrases not only boosts your vocabulary, but also gives you a peek into how Americans deal with life's serious moments, with a wink and a laugh. Now let's think about the reactions people usually have when they first hear these expressions. Most learners honestly get confused or laugh out loud. Imagine someone new to English hearing kick the bucket. Their first thought might be, why on earth are we talking about buckets? Or when they hear break a leg, they might respond with, "Wait, are you wishing me bad luck?" These moments are funny, but they're also the beginning of deeper understanding. I've had viewers comment before things like, I once told my American friend I was going to hit the sack, and my family back home thought I was fighting a bag of potatoes. Stories like that show how these expressions create not just confusion, but also shared laughter. They become icebreakers, moments where language connects people through curiosity and humor. Even native speakers love to see learners experimenting with these phrases because it shows you're not just memorizing grammar rules, you're stepping into the culture itself. And trust me, using these quirky expressions in the right moment will get you smiles, laughs, and maybe even applause for sounding so natural. It's the bridge between textbook English and real-life conversations. So, what have we discovered today? American expressions are more than just funny sayings. They're a reflection of culture, humor, and history wrapped up into everyday speech. From spill the beans and hit the sack to the more outrageous kick the bucket. Each phrase carries a story and a flavor that make conversations more alive. These aren't just words, they're little cultural codes. When you use them, you're not just speaking English, you're speaking American English in a way that feels authentic. The beauty of these expressions is that they remind us language is playful. It doesn't always follow logic, and that's what makes it charming. Think about how much more engaging your conversations become when you throw in a phrase like, "This test will be a piece of cake," instead of just saying it's easy. Or when you wish someone luck by saying, "break a leg." Suddenly you sound like you've unlocked a secret code that only insiders know. By learning and using these expressions, you're not just improving your vocabulary, you're joining in on the jokes, the quirks, and the personality of American culture. And that's the real magic of language. It connects people not just through meaning, but through shared laughter and surprise. If you enjoyed exploring these quirky American expressions with me today, here's your chance to join the conversation. Drop your favorite English expression in the comments, or maybe share one from your own language that would totally confuse Americans. I'd love to see the funniest, weirdest, or most surprising phrases you've come across. And if there's an expression you want me to cover in a future video, let me know below. Also, don't stop here. Check out my other videos where we dive into even more hidden gems of English that will take your speaking to the next level. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to make your English more natural, more fun, and more connected to the real world. Trust me, we're just getting started and you don't want to miss what's coming next.